Welcome to Adventure Avery. Thank you, sir. I have a chore to do today. But first, thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Time to wake up. Yo. I have a chore we need to do today. You want to help me? You going to help me do a chore today? All right, clean now. That's better. She really likes that. Time for a dirty job. Actually, the job's not that dirty. It's more proximity to dirt or to stink. But dirty jobs have got to be done. Step 1, ponder. So the keeper of the tools tells me that this drill will work, but he's not saying whether or not it's the right tool, but I think it'll work. And that the correct Allen head for one of the septic lids is in the black toolbox, but it might be in the red toolbox. I don't know. He had more specific instructions, but I can't remember them all. So I'm going to wing it and then make 3 or 4 trips. Step 2, gather supplies. One of those septic lids had a square bit, and one of them had like an Allen wrench thing. Maybe it's that. That seems about the right size. I don't even have to use a drill. I think the right size is one of these that are missing. Isn't that the rule on how that works? So I think I'm going to take the longer one. I don't know if it'll work any better, but the handle feels better. That looks like it has seen better days. Wonder if it still works. Sorta. That one is square. It might be big enough. I'll add it to my collection. Alright, we gathered the tools. I've got bits and a, I don't know if it's an impact wrench or a drill, but it's one of those things. I have a Tupperware to put loose screws in, and a couple of latex gloves. So I should be set to only have to make 2 or 3 more trips to gather supplies. So wish me luck! Oh good, that works. I probably should have checked that when I was back in the garage. I thought that would work. Alright, let's see if we can find the right bit. Haha, first try. I'm awesome. Lid number 2. This is the Allen wrench one. Ah, it's too big. I wonder if any of these bits fit. And if I can get them out of the thingy. Hey, that fits. Wow, I thought for sure I'd have to take 4 or 5 trips to get all the parts. Excellent. Now, step 3. Perhaps I should stop for a moment, tell you what I am doing and why I am doing it. We have a septic tank at our house. Sewers are nice and convenient and easy, but our house doesn't have one, and sewer brings along a sewer bill. So septic is actually really handy. I don't pay any bills, but it does need a small amount of maintenance a couple times a year. So 2-3 times a year, there is a filter screen inside the tank that we have to open up one of the lids and spray out into the other compartment. And it's a slightly unpleasant job that most people pay someone else to do, but it is not a difficult job, and it costs a reasonable amount of money to pay someone to do an unpleasant job. So the first time we did it, tennis ball, we paid someone to do it, and I thought, I can do that. Some people spend their money on entertainment. Some people spend their money on hiring out unpleasant jobs. Some people spend their money on education. Some people spend their money wherever their priorities lie. Well, mine do not lie in avoiding unpleasant jobs. So, this is something I can do. I can save several $100s a year by doing it myself. And then I can spend my money on the things that are important to me instead. So that is why I am willing to do this dirty job. Step 3, lock the dog in the house.
Come on.
Come on, Hush. Inside.
Okay. Come on.
Inside. Evan,
No.
don't throw the ball. Hoshi, inside.
Let's go.
Inside. All right.
Inside
Do
my
not
ball
let the dog outside.
treatment. Get.
Keep her in. Keep her in.
Hey.
Thank you. That's a very important step because we do not want to have to attempt a water rescue. There's some fog rolling in. After the last month of smoke in the air, the fog is actually quite nice. But a few of the days it was difficult to tell if it was fog or if it was smoke. But after 2 days of rain, the smoke is gone. Unpleasant jobs, but somebody has to do it. Well, the good news is I don't smell it yet. Don't do this on a really hot day. It's nice to do when it's cool. I have a Tupperware to put the screws in and a lid so in case I tip it over, nothing falls into the septic tank. All right. Nope. This is why I don't use screw guns. Oh, now it's coming out. That is a honking screw. 3 more. have an idea. One job I hate even more than this is weed eating. I grab the scissors before I grab the weed eater. See if all these screws are the same. I think I'll put those gloves on now. Warning, authorized personnel only. That's me. Hi. Always be grateful of the person doing the job you don't want to do, and then pick a job they don't want to do and do it for them. Neil does not want to deal with the septic tank, and I am perfectly capable. I don't want to chop firewood. That's his job. Do you really want to see the yucky part? I feel like people on YouTube, that they do want to see the yucky part. They don't want to do it, but they want to see it. And since YouTube fortunately has no smell-o-vision, it won't be that bad. Actually, so far it doesn't smell at all out here. We'll see what happens when I open the lid. It should be very full. I expect it to be about at the top. Yep. Super pleasant. I can smell it now. First time that we did this, we had the septic guy come out, and the screen is full of something. And that just happens, and every few months you have to clean it out. So this is how big the opening is, but the tank is huge underneath. The wire for pulling it up was quite a ways down there. So he added a longer wire. We have several very good septic companies in our area, and I highly recommend them if this looks too difficult. Or if you haven't ever watched somebody do your septic before, it's a very good idea. He said pull it up just a tiny bit to let the water seep out into the drain field. The water level will go down for a while. And once it has dropped quite a bit, I open the other half, the other tank. So I'm thinking that means this is a 2-stage septic tank. I'm sure there's a word for it. I did not read up on septic tanks. It's going down. Just starting to see the top of the filter. It's that white thing down there. Is this what you thought you were going to watch on YouTube today? Somebody else's septic tank? Oh, getting to the bottom part of the top and to where it opens up wide. Now it's going to lower a little more slowly. I'm sure all you Mike Rowe fans are having a great day right now. It's a dirty job, but somebody has to do it. Oh, I forgot to get the hose ready. All right, I'm gonna need the hose. I'll be right back. Hose. It sounds like Neil has decided to do some chainsawing. I'll show you that in a bit. And now we open the other side. It looks gross, but it still doesn't smell bad, but it's a cool morning, so. All right, so the reason you open both sides is because the filter sock in this side, I'm gonna spray out into the first side again. Otherwise I end up with like gross stuff sprayed out in my lawn and I don't want to. So that was the septic guy's suggestion. Spray the filter sock from step 2 into stage 1, where the solids stay. All right, tripping hazards. Go somewhere else. All right, I'm just waiting for the water level to get below that PVC pipe before I pull the filter sock all the way out, because the whole point of that filter sock is to keep stuff, solids that won't decompose, from going into the leach field, which is under the lawn over there. Because if that gets plugged up and doesn't work anymore, you have to get an excavator out to rip up your entire yard, and that's expensive. So that's why they use these filter socks now. So this is about the 3rd time I've done this myself. It's not that bad. All right, we're almost below the PVC pipe, just a little bit longer. I'm gonna set you back a little farther because my phone's not waterproof. Wasn't so hard. All right, I cleaned out the filter sock, I'll show you that, and the water level has gone down a little bit more. So there's the liquids only tank, and it is actually going down just a little bit more. This is where you be really careful not to drop your cell phone into the septic, because you'll never see it again. And then the solids tank has gone down as well. So you can tell that filter sock got a little bit full. Show you a close-up of it. It's plastic with these little holes that are, I don't know, most things can get through it, but nothing big. So it just goes down, and once it gets all the little tiny holes filled in, the water stops draining into the drain field, which is underneath my lawn. Let me show you this. This was a good plan. So when I first called the septic guy out a couple years ago, I couldn't find the wire to pull it up, and it took a lot of fishing with his little rebar stick. He put on a longer wire and then said, like, stick it up under the edge here so it won't tip down, and then it's easy to get the next time we empty the tank. So thank you, septic guy. I think that was Arness. They're helpful. there's probably a better way. I'm going to loosen these up again and rotate it 90 degrees and see if the holes line up better. Because right now these two are up and down, but these two are like 30 degrees west. That's just weird. Okay. I'm pretty sure 2 of those are completely stripped out. That's disappointing. I guess I better get the other lid on and then worry about that problem later. Alright, the old cracked lid with the brand new screws works great. The replacement lid with the crappy, terrible screws into terrible screw holes works less than great. But I saved $150 times 3 times a year, so. Okay, I went back and worked on the lid that I couldn't get all the screws straight in. I turned the thing, there was another set of holes in the lid, in the part that the lid screws into, so I rotated it to use the other set of screws. So now there's 1 screw that is stripped out and does nothing. The other 3 are working. I'm gonna call it good for now. We're gonna buy a new lid next time we change the tank, so then we'll have 2 new lids. Maybe hire this job out next time to somebody who knows better how to use screwdrivers and drills. I don't mind cleaning out the septic. I do not like these things. Also, always film a video for YouTube when somebody's using a chainsaw. That helps. Step 5, let the dog back out. I actually forgot what step we were on, but it doesn't really matter. Alright, put the tools away. Step 6. That took what, 30-40 minutes? Oh, look at this little guy. Alright, I just walked through here, and I don't know if you can see him, but there we are. You are a fast little spider, dude. Right in the middle of my walkway around the corner of the house. He has no idea where it went. We made a board. Well, my camera is dirty, but we've made some really big boards. Airplane? Airplane. We get a lot of those. I think I've got a little bit of sawdust on me. It's like dog lost her ball. Where's the ball? You think it's buried under all the sawdust? Made a lot of sawdust. This tree that we are cutting into boards right now is part of the white fir that was the largest tree we cut down this season. This section is, well, they're all still in line from where they were when they fell, most of them. So this one was maybe 40 feet high on the tree. Let me show you. Let me show you the bark of it. Here it's not too pitchy. It's starting to get a little bit pitchy. The lower part of the tree was nice and clean, but as we go up, this tree had a ton of water in it. When Neil and his friend Paul cut it down, they were soaking wet from the sawdust flying out. It was just like mud flying out of the tree. The upper part, so that section, and then the next section up, has these giant pitch bubbles all over it. So I taught the kids how you could come out here and pop them. Like this. Except for when I showed them, it shot me. So be careful. It doesn't wash off very well and it ruins your clothes. But there are a ton of pitch bubbles on here. So like some of the logs I'll sit on, I'm not sitting on this one. This one is gross. So anyway, this giant white fir, it was a good healthy fir. The only reason we cut it down, it was lined up with the house and it was reasonably close to the house where if it ever did fall, it could take out every single bedroom in our house, and that was just a little bit scary. It's also directly south of the house, which means it opens up a lot of sunlight for us. So we were really happy to get some sunlight in our little hole in the forest. Mostly we try not to take out healthy trees, but we still have a lot of healthy trees, and thinning it out is going to benefit the trees that remain. I hear a crow. So we have these big boards that we plan to build a few projects with. We want to build a playhouse for the kids. We want to build a wood shed for firewood. We want to build a storage shed, but we just have a lot of projects and it costs a lot of money in lumber, and we thought, we're taking out the trees. Why buy lumber when we can learn how to make our own, have free lumber that's better than what they have at the store because it's just bigger and we wouldn't normally pay for that much. And we don't have to pay for it, and we build a skill. So we're not lumberjacks, haha. You are relentless. Did you know sandboxes are where socks come from? Okay. Alright, I'm hungry. It's time for lunch. I think I'm done filming for today. Thanks for watching our silly YouTube video. I don't know, this is just stuff we do and it seems interesting to us, so hopefully it's interesting to you too. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, I'm Jessica. Out there's my husband Neil. In the house somewhere, my kids Avery and Evan. What you playing?
Subnautica.